Alright, good morning. Beautiful day at the East Fork. It's Friday, I think it's the 12th. Finally got a weekday off, and I'm just up here a little bit early, up by the picnic area, just above that, and we're waiting for Chris Torres. He said he'd be able to get out here today. He's got a Friday off as well, so we're gonna meet up here, work a spot that he's been working. Shows a little bit of promise. Nobody's up here yet. Don't even see many cars. A couple of people camping. But I took some time and went up to the Cattle Canyon Bridge. Excuse me. And just to take a look around, and at the last big flood, the river took a different turn and it actually forked. If you see my earlier videos, it's pretty interesting the way that the river has changed over there. But I thought that, you know, the water level dropping a little bit, the fork would have, well, the new fork would have reverted back to, you know, the main water flow would revert back to the regular course of the river. But that fork is still there, and it looks like that's just the way the river's going to be now. And I was thinking, you know, if Chris wasn't coming out here, I was going to dig up there in one of the eroded banks. The whole place has changed though, and when we're finished here today, I'll go back up there and take some video and some pictures, walk around and show you guys. But again, it's just really interesting how things have changed. And look over my shoulder here. That's what the river looks like right now, where we're going to be digging. And there's right over in that way, you see the cliff comes down, and there's guaranteed bedrock over there. I don't know exactly where Chris wants to dig. The water's still pretty high, so I don't know if we're going to dig on this side of the river or that side. But if we're digging on the other side of the river, we're gonna have to wade across and kind of be careful. So I brought some rope just in case we have to string some rope across the river. Make sure we don't get washed down. But anyway, so I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit longer, wait for Chris. And you know, just by comparison, I used to have to take a whole bunch of stuff. Now that I brought the Green Mountain Gold Trap, that I wanted, that giveaway from Green Mountain Gold Trap, or Joseph at greenmountaingoldtrap.com, that's all I'm bringing. It all fits in a pack. That and a bucket and a shovel, and that's pretty cool to me. And that's fairly light. I don't have to take a lot of stuff. And I hesitated before to bring a classifier because it's just the next extra piece of equipment, but even that fits in my Kelty. So again, very, very happy to have that new piece of equipment. We're going to put it in the water today and see how it works. All right, we'll catch up at the end of it. All right, everyone, this is Chris Torres digging away into the bank. He says he's already seeing gold. He is, I'm jealous. He's got his box set up here. We're digging right on the bank. Yeah, there might be some gold in there, Chris. Huh? Might be some gold in there.
Yeah?
Piece right there.
Sweet. Is it? Yeah.
Looks like it right there.
Yeah. Nice.
If it is, that's pretty decent size.
Let's get the gold!
Let's get it. Let's get it. Alright, so this is where I got the Green Mountain Gold Trap pastry finder set up, and I'm certain I'm not doing Joseph any justice on my setup, but I'm eager to get running some material. It's probably a little deep. The water level is probably a little deep, but water flow's good. Got a decent V coming down the middle most of the time, but the water's a little choppy. But the most important thing and the best thing about this box is it's clear, and you can see that the material is agitating in the box, and you know, all of this right here, that's about a ½ inch of black sand right at the nose of that. You can see the black sand percolating through that, and all the light and bronze getting washed away. And I was putting my hand here to feel, and you can feel the granules come out. So it's doing its job. And the heavier material is sitting at the bottom, but it's agitating just like it's supposed to. I've only run 3 or 4 shovels full. Anyway, like I said, don't beat me up in the comments, Joseph, about the way I got it set up. This is my first time, and we're just testing this area, see if we're going to get anything. So I'm going to run a couple buckets, and then do a clean out and see if there's any gold. If not, then we'll just pick this easy setup box and pick it up and move it down the river just a little bit. All right, so not knowing whether the trap was working or not, I did my first cleanup, and you can see there's it looks like 4 pieces of gold. That's good. It's better in the sunlight, I think. Yeah, there's 4 pieces of gold in there. They're not big, but considering I only ran probably 3 full-size shovels through the box, I think we're working in a good spot, so it looks promising. So we're going to keep at it. So you're going to have to excuse me too, I'm panning this one-handed, but right there at the top, pretty decent flake, and I don't know mesh sizes yet. I just know I like seeing whatever gold I get. I don't care if it's a speck or a particle. But I'm just gonna pull this back. So looks like there's a couple more, and those the 2 on the right. Those are some decent flakes for here. I mean, there's bigger stuff. I mean, obviously, but I've only run 2 buckets, and so far there's another one, so there's 4. And I'm not really looking for any super fine stuff right now. I mean, there's probably more. Yeah, that's a really nice flake right there. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm not going to risk running all this stuff back down, but there's a lot of superfine stuff in there. Some chunky pieces. I like those big pieces. So all in all, being an amateur running Joseph's box, this thing does a really good job, and it classifies itself. You don't have to screen anything at all. So again, thanks Joseph. I think this thing's going to work great for me up here. I did another cleanup. Got a couple more pieces, but when I was removing the trap, the box slid, so I had to set it up again. Again, Joseph is probably screaming at me right now as he's watching this about the way I've got it set up, but water's really rough. I want to move some material, and I'm just going to run with this. All right, so starting to warm up here at the East Fork. I'm going to peel out of my sweater in a minute, but look at that crazy guy back there. Chris is crazy. Anyway, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous here. camera doesn't do anything any justice, but it is beautiful. A lot of water still. I wanna say this before I say anything about Joseph's Green Mountain Gold Trap, and this is a disclaimer. I am a rookie. I'm an amateur with this box. It's the first day out here, so this is not an indictment. Just because I don't know how to use the damn thing as well as he does. He's had a lot of practice, so I'm just getting used to it. But I'm going to say I had to move the box because it seems that I didn't have enough water pressure to keep the fluid bed agitating right, and I probably ran a bunch too much material all at once, and the trap actually locked up. The material wasn't agitating, and I stopped before. Well, I don't know if I stopped in time, but I stopped when I realized I'm probably losing stuff out of the back because it's just not exchanging the way it was when the bed's fluidized. So I moved the box to another area with a lot more water pressure, and Joseph always says that his boxes like a lot of water pressure. So I ran 2 more buckets in this other area. Material was exchanging just fine, and I'm doing my second cleanup, and I just started. You know, this thing only gives you maybe a cup and a half, 2 cups of material, but it's fairly well classified, and you can see that it's just the very bottom of it. There's some gravels at the top, but the very bottom of it is all black sand. And I just started pulling back this pan, and I'm gonna stop the video and turn the camera around so you can get a better view. But I'm starting to see some decent gold in here, so just a second. So Joseph, I set it up this way and I'm running it like this. I want you to give me some pointers. I was hesitant to put this on camera, but I want you, the expert, to tell me what I'm doing wrong, or just point me in the right direction. All right, thanks, bud. I hope it's coming out on camera, but look at how that bed is fluidized now. All that material is just bubbling up, percolating from the bottom, and exchanging heavies for lights, and the lights just go right out the back. I think I'm a little bit closer to my target, because that's better than I've seen so far today. A little bit steeper of an angle, and a lot more. I mean, I built up a wing dam, so a lot more water is going through that. You know, every video or article I've read about, every video I've seen or article I've read about the properties of a riffle bar and a sluice was to generate an agitation of the material stuck behind it, and it kind of sifts and percolates the lights to the top, the light materials to the top, and the heavy materials, i.e. the gold and black sands, to the bottom. And you know, riffle bars do great in a sluice, but the purpose is to create agitation. Joseph, you have hit this nail on the head with this box. I want to turn this around, and I hope you can see. Yeah, I mean, this thing is just percolating and agitating all the material. So very well, very good job, Joseph. All the light material and black sands. Again, it's hard to see in the sun, but I hope that's showing up fairly well. Just about to stop the water here. And it's agitating the hell out of that material, so I think it's doing a good job. Okay, one of the great benefits about the green light and gold trap is the ease of the clean out and not being necessary to pull the box out of the setup to empty the trap. And it's as easy as this. Pull the pin, slide out the box, dump it in the pan, then make sure that it's clean inside. Pop that thing back in. And put the pin back in. Now for me, I can't see where the hole is because it's underwater. Alright. Then you process your pan. And there goes Chris cleaning out his tailings. He's running a lot of material through his box today. Seeing some signs of gold. As always, not what you hope, or not as much as you hope. And we think we're all hoping for a bunch, but getting some still. I'll tell you what, I can't think of a better way to spend the day off from work. Friday heading into the weekend. Don't have to work. Well, I'm working on the river though. But it is absolutely gorgeous today. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, you know, let me step back from that last comment. It would be better if my wife were here. Sure. But unfortunately, she had to work today. Chris and I were able to get the day off. Check out Chris Torres' channel. He's a madman with the shovel. You know, not sure what happened to Boulder Brent, but it'd be nice to have his young back out here moving rocks again. But I guess maybe he'll come out in the summer when we get a chance to go upriver a little bit and start actually digging a hole. Right now we're just digging along the bank in a gravel bar. Seeing some color. I think I lost I think I lost some gold out of my snuffer. I put it in my pocket and the tube was all the way down at the bottom, and I realized I had bent over and my pocket was soaked, and I didn't see a couple of the larger pieces that were in the pan when I dumped the snuffer bottle out. But, oh well, if I lost it, it goes back to the river. We'll find it again, or we'll find his brother. But yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous up here. A little breezy, but that's fine. That's not fine. Dumbasses. I don't know what it is with these people and their spray paint. You know, art is one thing, and there's a place for it. I don't mind graffiti. I like some graffiti art, but when you just come and tag up a place like this natural beauty, it's just beyond comprehension. It doesn't make any sense at all. But whatever. Everybody's got their own burden to bear, and that goes for dumbasses and spray paint cans. Looks like someone was digging back in here, and there's a spray paint, well, a spray can. Now that looks like some hard packed stuff. I might come over here and take a sample. Again, working in the shade can't be beat. Some bedrock. People have already come and cleaned this stuff out. Take a look upstream. It really didn't look like this before the flood. Might prove worthwhile digging over there, that gravel bore. Alright, well, I'm gonna get a snack and sit down for a minute and then get back to work after I take a rest. Alright, so we moved from Chris and I moved from that one spot. We were working, just the goal ran out. We couldn't find the line again. So we're just walking up and down the bank, went upstream probably about 75 yards. And we found some bedrock with some recent flood gravel on it and a lot of black sand. Chris did a test pan and saw some, a bunch of micros. So we're gonna work that, but I took a walk a little bit further and found this here. Now, this is the start of an inside bend right here, and it was flooding up here. I mean, just this last rain, it flooded up here, and there was a bunch of gravel and black sand. That is super black sand. I mean, just super saturated with black sand. And we pulled that rock out. We're going to try to get that out of here, but Chris brought his crevicing tools and bedrock tools. I don't have a brush, but there's a crack that runs right down here. I don't know what I'm pointing at, but anyway, it runs right down here, and it's probably a 1/4 inch wide, and it gets, it rounds out at the bottom. But he's got some crevicing tools. We'll scrape that out, and then we dug out all of that. But once we get that rock out of there, there's more material behind it, and you can see back there, even though there's weeds growing in it, there's gravels with the sand. So this crack probably, the seam probably goes back over here. So we're going to work that, and then we're going to come back over here and work the gravel bar. So Chris did a test pan out of his little pan here, 6 colors. That's pretty good for a small test pan. So we're hopeful, but then again, aren't we all? Catch you in a bit.